how to care for St. Augustine grass. If you look on our website, and if you come in, we have an extensive 2-page sheet that talks about all the watering and mowing and all that for the different times of year, and newly established grass versus grass that's been there for several months. We go into great detail, but if somebody asks me generally, how do I care for St. Augustine grass, and say I had just planted it, watering it is the most critical thing right up front. Again, depending on the time of year, the cooler months of the year, you're gonna have to water a little bit less, but the warmer parts of the year, it's going to be real important to water it every day. But no matter what time of year you do it, you're looking at probably about 4 hours the day you plant it, 4 hours of water out of a sprinkler and a hose, and then 4 hours the next day. You really got to get it good and stuck to the ground and get some good water on it. But then you never have to do that again. Once the grass is established, watering, I would say in the winter months, it's got to have 1 inch of water every 2 weeks. During the summer months, later fall or later spring and through the summer and early fall, when we're seeing 90-degree days, then it needs 1 inch of water per week. We normally suggest you break that up into 2 different waterings rather than all at once. And out of a hose, that may be 4 hours or so, or out of a sprinkler system, 15 to 20 minutes per zone or something like that. The other critical thing I would say is mowing. If the grass is green, a good rule of thumb, if the grass is green, you need to mow, no matter what the variety, you need to mow at least every 7 days, preferably every 5 or 6 days. It just helps that you never want to cut more than 1/3 of the leaf tissue off at one time, and that when the grass is, if you're fertilizing right and you're mowing right, if you wait 7 days, you're probably cutting more than 1/3 of it off, and even if you're keeping it at that 3-inch mark or so. The other critical component of it, of any of the grasses, is the fertilization. Minimum fertilizer requirements for all the grasses is twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. For Bermuda grasses, I would say that you need to probably double that. So say 4 fertilizations per year. You only fertilize when the grass is green. If you fertilize too early, going into the springtime, and we get another frost, you've thrown your money away, because basically the grass browns back off if it frosts, and you've done no good. And you also we don't recommend fertilizing in the dead middle of summer too, because that excessive nitrogen and excessive heat can tend to burn the grass too. So we like I said, I would say early fall, early spring, late spring, and throw in another one in the fall to get it ready to go into dormancy, and that would be what and as far as type of fertilizers, we just say without testing your soil and seeing exactly what your soil is composed of and what components it really needs added back to it, all we can tell you is that you need a good balanced fertilizer, like a 15-5-10 or a triple 13 or something like that, something that's got all 3 components, but not one real high number and a 0 on another or something like that. So a good balanced fertilizer with a slow release form of nitrogen. It'll usually say that on the bag too. That way it doesn't just get a burst of green and then that's it. You get the nitrogen sticks around for a while, and it keeps that grass green for a while, as opposed to just greening up real quick and then that's it. So those would be the 3 most important parts of caring for St. Augustine or most grasses for that matter.